So there's one huge mistake that so many people are doing, and I see so many students of me just do the same thing. So it's always the same. They rush things on the piano. And look, I tried the same for many years, sitting alone in my room, just trying to figure out the piano. But the moment I stopped doing that, I learned a new song every single day, and by just posting the videos, I grew to over 1 million followers. Although there are so many tips on the piano, like you can use scales, for example, the scales cheat sheet, and by the way, you can download this completely for free in order to learn piano faster. You can just try to learn simpler songs and don't just learn the whole song, just make the songs a little bit, just cut them down to the very basic part of the song and just learn a little bit of the melody, a little bit of the left hand, and then just play it together. But there is the problem. Playing it together is what people or where people always mess up. But it doesn't just start there with just playing together, because I see many people just mess up even though they just play with one hand. They say they can play with one hand perfectly and also with the other, and when they bring it together, then they mess it up. But it is because you just learn the piano. You just learn each hand and you get faster and faster with it. And the moment you can play both hands separately not in a slow speed, but in a much better speed, and you try to combine it, you don't want to do it slow. You just want to go with the same speed you left before. So with the same speed you played the left and the right hand before, when you finished each hand on its own, you just try to play in the same speed. And although you see, oh yeah, I should just take my time and just take it slow, you just take it 1 or 2 times slow, and then you just speed up again, and then you start to just make mistakes. And by doing mistakes, it is really a bad thing. It doesn't always sound like this, but it's a really bad thing, because we as humans, we have muscle memory. So whether you learn something perfectly or not perfectly, it doesn't even matter. The way you play it with a mistake or without a mistake will get memorized in your head. So when you do a mistake and you just do it all over again, and you do the mistake and you're like, oh no, I will just start all the way from the beginning again, and you just try to play the song again, and you do this mistake all over again. Let's say out of 10 times you try to play it, you made the first 9 tries, you always made a mistake, and on the 10th try, you just played it perfectly. Then it is very likely that the one time you got it perfectly out of all those 10 times, it was just pure luck. So you just need to make sure that even though you're playing in slow motion, I always tell my students, you just need to play in slow motion. It is so much better, because it doesn't even matter how slow or how fast you play the song. Whenever you play it perfectly, your brain will memorize it as the perfect thing. It will memorize it. And then you just do this over and over. Even if you just play it really, really slowly, you just play it 10 times. And when you got it 10 times perfectly, then you increase the speed and try from there and just repeat the same process. And when you start to make mistakes again, just decrease the speed again. But what most people are doing, and maybe you also because you clicked this video, you just always increase the speed and not decrease it. And then you're watching videos like this and wondering why you're not playing piano yet, or not playing the way you want to play. So please, just take your time. You don't even have to take my courses in order to understand that. Just take your time. I know how it is. I was the same. I heard this and I was like, no, even though I knew this is a really valuable tip, I just try to play the piano and just increase the speed all over again. But just hear me out. Please, just take your time, and you will see that just taking your time will solve 90% of your problems, because everything will get so much easier. Just imagine you're sitting in a car and you're driving through the streets, and let's say it's a street where there is a school, and there is a zoo with let's say there are animals on the street and people all around, and you wanna drive through through the street with a speed that you don't normally drive there. Like you want to really rush things and you want to just get through the street as fast as possible. Like you will probably just crash somewhere. You will just drive into a wall. You will just drive into people maybe. Like it's just a mess. But if you just take your time, you see, oh, there is a tree on the street. Like you just curve around it. You're like, oh, there are people. Let's just brake and let them over the street. You drive and there is a cat running around on the street, and you just have, like, all of a sudden you have all this time to think about everything. And when you rush things, you don't have that. When you rush things, you will crash. But when you just slow down, you will get everything perfectly and you don't crash. And this is what we want, because just by taking your time, even though it seems like you take your time and it takes you much longer time to get to the destination. Even though it seems like it takes you much longer, but it actually doesn't, because you will reach the destination. But if you just rush things, you don't reach the destination. And maybe just out of pure luck. But then the next vacation you go on, or the next drive you do with the car, you will crash into a wall. So please make sure that your practice don't just rely on luck. Just always think about it. Whatever you do on the piano, even if it's wrong or right, your brain memorizes everything. So make sure that your brain memorizes all the good things that you want to learn, and without a single mistake. Just take your time and you will see this is a really valuable tip. I know back then I also heard this and I was like, no, I don't want to listen to this and I will probably not do this. But this is the only thing I can tell you. This will really help you. Again, if you want more help, you can just click down in the description and you will find some links. And you can also download this completely free cheat sheets for scales. We didn't cover this topic in this video, but scales are really important to learn piano and they helped me a lot to learn piano and to play songs. So you can download them completely for free, and I will see you in the next one.